Hello and welcome back to my next video on my series on time management. My name is April Miller from April Miller Coaching, and today I just had an impromptu thought and I thought I'd talk about it. I've blogged about it as well. The link is down below. And it's about, work and you. And I did a little bit of a blog about this currently, and I'll reference that a little bit, but this is kind of going off on a few other thoughts that I had in my head that I thought that I would share with you. So if you didn't know already, I am doing a series. I do have, again, my link below to take note of my other blog posts that kind of lead to each other, that kind of fit well with each other. Sorry. So first of all, I just want to know, those of you that are out there watching my video, do you work? Do you work full-time? Do you work part-time? Do you work at home perhaps? Or are you a stay-at-home mom or a dad? And yes, I do believe that that is work as well. And so thinking about your work, because I work too, and I don't just mean coaching, and I have a full-time job that, I can easily log at least 55 hours a week, even though it's supposed to be a 35 to 40 hour a week job. Yeah, that doesn't happen. And there's a lot of times that I want to focus my energy, all my energy, into this job. And because I'm so very passionate and I'm such an advocate for children, I get tempted really easily every single day, every single hour, every single minute of every single day. But I've realized that I cannot consume myself with my work. My passion is still there. My advocacy is still definitely there. And today was one of those days where all of a sudden there was just so much going on. I could have easily overtaken myself with all of this passion and advocacy, and filled my head to the brim with work. In fact, I did catch myself today with that. And I just had to breathe and relax, prioritize, do some time management. I remember the days when I first started teaching, and I would stay until 7 o'clock at night. Even though I got to school at 7:30 in the morning, I would still stay until 7 o'clock at night. I also remember going in on the weekends with a friend of mine, and we would work from 9 o'clock in the morning until 5 o'clock at night. We'd leave for lunch, but we would always bring our lunch back, and we'd eat it in the classroom. And even in the summertime, where, kind of a side note, I don't mean to get off on a tangent, but with teaching, it's not a physical job, it's an emotional and mental job. And so if you think about a physical job such as a construction worker, or something like that, working with lifting wood all the time, or a forestry or a harvester, so that's all a physical labor. Think of that in the mental fashion, if you will, and it's stress all day long. There's good stressors and there's bad stressors, but in the summer, teachers really do need that break to mentally recharge and relax. And a lot of teachers don't do that. I think a lot of us try to do that, but the beginning of August, as soon as I can get into my classroom, I start working. And so that's usually August 1st, 2nd, 3rd, around that time. And I know tons of other teachers that do that as well. And so we really don't get a break, and you've got to have that mental energy. Gosh, as I'm saying this, I'm thinking I need to take my own advice and start doing this this summer. But yeah, I remember I was consumed. I was so consumed, and I still am, because I do come in at the beginning of August. But I learned to stop. I learned to stop it. And stopping it, not because I didn't care, and it wasn't because I was fed up with my job. It wasn't because I'd given up. I stopped for my health and my sanity, especially with teaching. So think about the type of job you have. Is it physically demanding? Is it mentally demanding? Is it emotionally demanding? Those are your well-beings as a human being, and you've got to find a way to not consume yourself so much so that you can be healthy. Because healthy is not just a state of physical being, it's a state of your mental and emotional health. So if we don't get that stuff, we're going to end up overly, just consumed by all the stress. It's going to lead to health problems. It's going to lead to heart problems. It's going to lead to all these problems. It will decrease our immunity, in which we are then susceptible to diseases, possibly cancers. So that's where exercise. That's where that comes in, and I've talked about it on a previous video. But we need to realize that exercise increases endorphins, which puts you in a good mood. So when you exercise, like I exercise right away in the morning, it stimulates every part of my body, it stimulates my brain, and it leads me, and it can lead you too, into a more positive and happier day. And then you have the ability to deal with stress because you've gotten those endorphins going. You're in a feel good. Think back to the last time you exercised. Don't think about before you started. Think about when you ended. It's a very positive thing when you end, and that's what keeps people going, and that's what keeps me going. So do not consume yourself with work. When you take care of yourself, you're actually more productive, not only for yourself, but for your coworkers. And in my case, also students and children. I am more productive with my family. I am more productive with my daughter. It's a win-win situation when we make that a priority. I do have another blog that talks about how to make yourself a priority. It was a 360-degree professional development that I participated in here at school. But the blog is at www.aprilmillercoaching.com/take-care-of-you. And I have that link to my main blog down below, and just look for the Take Care of You blog. And that talks about making yourself a priority, because that is very important as well. But anyways, I hope this helps with my thoughts. I hope that resonates with you, with work and yourself. Check out my other blogs regarding time management, and embrace the positive. Have a great day. Bye.